Hello and welcome all to the 51st annual meeting of Coastal Horizon Center and happy holidays. I'm Brad Hudson and I am the 2021-2022 chair of the Board of Trustees. We truly wish you could celebrate with us in person, but are so thankful to have you all join us virtually today to recognize the wonderful accomplishments of Coastal Horizon staff and board. Our immediate past chair, Andy Jones, sends his regards and best wishes and regrets that he couldn't be with us today. Before we get started with recognitions and awards, I'd like to introduce former Coastal Horizons board member, Bo Dean, who will lead us in prayer.
Good morning and good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're doing well today, and I'm so grateful once again to be coming to you to bring the invocation to the annual meeting for Coastal Horizons Incorporated. It is absolutely one of the greatest honors in my life to continue year after year to be able to do this. And I got to tell you that this year, like last, being able to do this online continues for us to be able to have that connection, to bring that joy and that love, and to continue to move forward in that way. But I want to tell you that one of the things that this year I'm hoping that all of us are able to do is build in some resilience practices. And I know that you have a team at Coastal Horizons with Amy Reed and under some great leaderships there that are helping to move these kinds of skills through our bodies. And one of the resilience practices we talk about to help us reset our nervous system is to really think about resourcing and to think about things that bring us hope and joy and peace. And for me today, I remember sitting on the dais at the annual meeting, and one of the things that comes to my own body as I'm shifting today from my work to looking out into this camera and thinking about being connected to you is being in the Hilton and being with you and listening to the laughter and the joy of all of you coming together, having a minute away from the work that you do to create a difference in the world with people who are literally struggling to find hope, where you're creating that opportunity for that hope. And whether it's rape crisis or whether it's the incredible shelter that we provide for the youth, whether it's substance use disorders or mental health services, or whether it's somebody that's been adjudicated and looking for a different path forward, whatever it is, and those of you that serve in admin, keeping the ship moving forward, all of you are connected to helping that happen. And so once a year, gathering in the room to have that laughter, that sense of connection, that joy. And for me to be able to sit on the dais and be able to look out and feel that, for me, there's a shift in my chest remembering that feeling. To look down over all those years of being there and seeing Margaret's family sitting there and friends gathered, community members, board members, and of course, when Margaret's mother was still with us, and to see somebody that had witnessed over years and years and years of Coastal Horizons moving from such a small entity to literally covering the state and the connection to diversity and inclusion and a lifetime lived, somebody like Mama watching not only her daughter survive and thrive and become something incredible, but also you all to serve in a community that includes and creates the better for all. And I had been a board member of Coastal Horizons myself for 8 years, and I also served on the Wilmington Health Access for Teens board. And back here on a shelf, I keep a shelf of things that remind me and keep me connected to the good that's in the world. And back in the day, when I left the board, I was given this little plaque. And it's just a small reminder that it's gratitude that keeps us moving forward. But gratitude doesn't take away some of the hurt and some of the roughness that you all see on a daily basis. And so today in this invocation, what I'd like you to do is whatever's helping you get through, whatever's helping you stay connected to good, whatever's helping you thrive, bring it into this annual meeting. And while we remember the difficulty, while we remember the opioid crisis, while we remember those that are struggling with rape or with being disenfranchised from their homes and seeking shelter, and all of the struggles, our lens can be widened as we see each other and connect to the good that you're bringing into the world. And our lens gets wider as we see that Coastal continues to grow and gets bigger throughout the state. Our lens gets wider when we see those that are going to come onto this meeting and remind us of all the support and all of the funding and all of the good that continues to remind us of what makes this continue to make a difference. And our lens gets wider as we continue to see that we are engaged with one another and we have each other. And that's all about that gratitude for our ability to be gathered today. So if you'll pray with me for just a moment, we're so grateful to be gathered in this space, to be able to continue to, in the adversity, in all of the struggles, and all of the things that we know are to be true, to add in that kind of goodness, and to be able to widen our lenses today and include in this annual meeting all of the vision, the joy, and support that continue to help us move through, to be able to bind that up and to be appreciative not only of each other, but of all those that gather today to make it happen and to continue to make it happen for Coastal Horizons Incorporated. May all of you find incredible blessings. May all of you feel that blessing, and however you find it in your bodies, your hearts, and your souls, may that shift happen for you today and always, and may that cover you whenever you're feeling your lowest, and may it lift you whenever you're feeling your highest. In all the names we pray, amen. Y'all have an amazing holiday. Thank you for all you do, and enjoy every minute, because of the good you bring in the world. May it all come back to you.
Thank you, Bo. I'll keep my remarks brief and will begin with the admission that I'm completely and totally biased towards Coastal Horizons. While I can't take any credit for the impact this organization has in our community, I will point out that impact is extraordinary. Tens of thousands of encounters each year with patients of all walks of life in virtually every circumstance imaginable. With more than 600 pairs of boots on the ground across some 57 counties, it's quite obvious to me that Coastal staff members are on a mission to seek out the needs of others and to meet those needs where they find them. Never before have I worked with a group of people more willing to roll up their sleeves or more willing to go the extra mile. Led by a veteran management team and a fully engaged board of directors, Coastal's long history of adaptability and efficacy has no place to go in my mind except well into the future. And I'd have to say that I think the people of our state will be much better for it. I, for one, am proud to offer what little bit of support I can. I'm really excited to see how Coastal Horizons continues to maintain that instrumental role across the state, and I'm very honored to be a current member of the board. Now, I would like all of my fellow 2021-2022 board members, please join me in reciting the board oath. Please follow along on the screen. I, Brad Hudson, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute my position on the Board of Trustees of Coastal Horizons Center Incorporated, and that I will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and uphold its mission and bylaws, so help me God. Congratulations to the 2021-2022 Board of Trustees and officers. They are as follows. Board Chair, Brad Hudson. Vice Chair, Colin Hackman. Secretary, Jennifer Cranford. Treasurer, Henry Cherry. President and CEO, Margaret Weller-Stargell. Additional trustees are Dr. Angela Ballantyne, Chief Chris Blue, Dr. Heather Braithwaite, Stephanie Dunn, Steve DiBiase, Dr. Kelly Evans, Shane Fernando, Holly Grange, Jimmy Hopkins, Andy Jones, Dr. Jennifer Pagliai, Connie Parker, Tom Potratz, and Nancy Scott Feynman. Thank you all for your dedication and support. The success and sustainability of an organization like Coastal Horizons takes the hard work and commitment of all who work with it. and that begins at the very top. Coastal Horizons Center has been very fortunate to have the exceptional leadership and dedication of Andy Jones as board chair for the prior 2 fiscal years. Under his leadership, Coastal Horizons experienced growth and expansion while weathering, among other things, the uncertainty of an unprecedented and ongoing global pandemic. When Andy joined the board in 2015, he was practicing law at the Wilmington firm Roundtree Locy as an equity partner. In 2017, he joined the Forrest firm to establish the firm's Wilmington office, where he now serves as president and managing partner and maintains a diverse practice focused on providing proactive counsel to help businesses and their owners solve problems and create value, primarily in the areas of dispute resolution and corporate transactions. In addition to his legal practice, Andy is active in service to his community. Not only is he the immediate past chair of the Board of Trustees for Coastal Horizons, he's an Eagle Scout, which is no small accomplishment in and of itself. He serves on the executive board and is vice chair of membership for the Cape Fear Council of Boy Scouts of America. He's a member of the board of directors of the Cape Fear Area United Way and serves as chair of its membership committee as well. In his professional associations, Mr. Jones has served in numerous leadership roles in the American Bar Association Young Lawyers Division and in the North Carolina Bar Association's Young Lawyers Division. In recognition of his community leadership, Andy was an inaugural recipient of the Wilmington Chamber of Commerce Wilmington Star News 40 Under 40 Award in 2019. And in 2020, the Greater Wilmington Business Journal recognized him as a rising star. In 2018, Andy was also selected as a fellow with the E.A. Morris Fellowship for Emerging Leaders. Andy joined the Coastal Horizons board in 2015, and after only being on the board for a year, he agreed to serve as vice chair of the board in 2016. He served in this role for 3 consecutive years, and then in 2019, agreed to serve as chair of the board. Today, we say thank you to Andy for his years of incredible leadership, especially for the past 2 as chair. As a token of our appreciation and sincere thanks, we will be delivering to Andy a gift and framed John Golden coastal photograph with a plaque that reads, Andy Jones, Board Chair, Coastal Horizon Board of Trustees, 2019-2021, December 15th, 2021. Thank you very much, Andy. I'll now turn it over to our President and CEO, Margaret Willis-Stargell, for her remarks and some staff presentations.
Thanks, Brad. I echo your sentiments about Andy and greatly appreciate his leadership and commitment, especially during a very difficult and challenging year. Thank you, Andy, for all of the phone calls and meetings and time spent to make sure that we did well as an organization. Thank you to our board and to our staff. For all of you are the reason that we're here 51 years later, continuing to be a leader not only at the local level, but also at the state and national level as well. I want to say thank you to you all, and I wish you the happiest and healthiest holiday season. The annual meeting provides us with an opportunity to celebrate our most valuable resource, our staff. For it is their hard work, unbelievable commitment and dedication to the organization and the clients and patients we serve that continues to keep us a strong and viable leader of behavioral health services in North Carolina. And it is my honor, it is my privilege to recognize them today. I want to begin by acknowledging a group of people that I have the benefit of working with on a daily basis. They are the ones that I rely on and work with every single day. Truly, they are an incredible group of individuals that I am honored to call my management team. They are Bill Van Loo, Chief Financial Officer, Karen Chappell, Executive Vice President of Operations, Eric Luttman, Vice President of Medical Services and Corporate Compliance, Kenny House, Vice President of Clinical Services, Bob Jalbert, Human Resources Director, Lindsay Joins, Quality Improvement Training Director and Opioid Treatment Program Sponsor, Jennifer Burns, Controller, Brianne Winterton, Crisis Intervention Services Director. Steve Tiedemann, Chief Information Officer. Elizabeth Redenbaugh, Development Director. And last but not least, Claire Boyce-Foy, Executive Assistant to the CEO. Now we recognize those individuals for 5+ years of service. As Coastal Horizons celebrates 51 years, it too is a time to celebrate and recognize those individuals who are the boots on the ground every day. The patients and clients walking through the doors of any of our locations in the 57 counties of Central and Eastern North Carolina, or are being seen via telehealth or telemedicine, can be assured they will be met with a dedicated, qualified staff committed to providing a continuum of quality care and services, as well as fulfilling our mission to promote healthier lives, stronger families, and safer communities. Thank you to all of our Coastal Horizons staff for all that you do every day to make this organization strive. The individuals who are about to be recognized have been employed with Coastal Horizons for 5+ years. We recognize individuals for years of service by 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. Today, we say thank you for your years of service. We will be shipping your service award or pin to your address. 5 years of service, and we have 47 individuals being recognized today. That's incredible for any organization, and how proud I am to recognize those individuals right now. Anna Blaney, Kimberly Brando, Harvey Bridgers, Karen Brown, Renika Bryant, Letitia Burden, Amy Bird, Chantel Cassiano, Christina Clemens, Chelsea Kroon, Leah Davis, Caitlin Garner, Caitlin Gregorius, Alacia Gachardo, Lauren Holcomb, Logan Desire Hamill, Rebecca Larner, Casey Lawson, Mindy Lewis, Mireya Lupacio, Philip Marsh, Don Mihalik, Britta Nickel, Diane Parker, Kristen Peel, Michael Perosi, LaShonda Powell, Sarah Ramsey, Sabrina Red, Stephanie Robinson, Susan Rossman, Tiffany Salter, Candace Serrata, Jeremy Seaman, Patty Shellhouse, Candace Small, Angela Stanley, Rose Strickland, Steve Tiedemann, Courtney Tyndall, Cassandra Sambonides, Peter Tuminelli, Ronald White, Nadine Williamson, and Andros Wooten. Please join me in congratulating these employees who have been with Coastal Horizons for 5+ years. We now recognize those individuals who have been with us for 10+ years at Coastal Horizons. And there are 8 individuals we recognize today. And they are Jason Black, Sharon Elsenbeck, Nicole Harris, Andrea Lewis, Paul Lewis, Julie Marie, Mark Pittman, and Buffy Taylor. Please join me in congratulating these employees who have served Coastal Horizons for 10+ years. It is now time to recognize those who have been with us for 15+ years. And there are 3 individuals in this category. Wayne Bailey, North Carolina Task Training Institute, DWI Training Specialist. Karen Hyatt, Office Manager, Pender Outpatient Treatment, and Don Robinson, Task Area Coordinator. Congratulations to these employees who have served Coastal Horizons for 15 plus years. Now we recognize 4 individuals who have been with Coastal Horizons for 20 plus years. And they are Karen Chappell, Executive Vice President of Operations, Nikki Harris, Task Care Manager, Jennifer Safara, Director of Recidivism Reduction Services, and Dale Willets, Director of the North Carolina Task Training Institute. Please join me in congratulating these employees who have been with Coastal Horizons for 20 plus years. What a milestone. And now we come to one individual who has been with the organization for 35 years, 35 years of service. Deanna Hill Holland started at Coastal Horizons in 1986. She is the director of our prevention services. In North Carolina, when someone discusses substance use disorder prevention, Deanna's name often comes up, as she is an expert in the field. We asked 2 of Deanna's colleagues of 20 years to share a few thoughts about their work with her, and this is what they had to say. In 1999, there were 3 of us in one office located at 721 Market Street. Prevention has grown substantially since then, not just in number, but in our skills and expertise. This has all been through the leadership of Deanna Hill Holland. Deanna is the lifeblood of the prevention department. Through her efforts, she ensures that we are on the forefront at the state level in prevention services. There's a running joke in our department that the word opportunity means more work for us. For Deanna, it means breaking down barriers and growing our expertise. In everything she does, she views challenges as opportunities, personal and professional. She serves on many local and state committees. Deanna is recognized by her colleagues across the state as experienced, knowledgeable, and a leader in the prevention profession. As a true leader, she allows us the chance to grow and explore new ways of doing our work, while making sure we're all following the protocols of all of our grants. She never ceases to have a funny story for any situation. She is a joy to work with on a daily basis. Last, but certainly not least, Deanna supports her staff and always has our best interests at heart. Deanna Hill Holland embodies the character and mission of Coastal Horizons every day, and it is my pleasure to congratulate her on 35 years of service to Coastal Horizons. Congratulations, Deanna. It is now time for us to present the annual Flo Stein Award. The success of this organization is due to a number of people. The commitment and perseverance of a hardworking staff is at its core. Flo Stein understood a long time ago the necessity of working hard, pushing forward, and staying focused. Well, she was the visionary behind Coastal Horizons. She was the founder. And so what an honor it is to be able to present annually the Flo Stein Award to an individual. I am delighted that Flo has joined us today to congratulate this year's recipient. And at this time, I want to recognize the nominees for the Flo Stein Award. They are as follows. Nathalia Madrid, Intensive In-Home Team Lead. Amy Bird, Intensive In-Home Coordinator. Rachel Krause, New Hanover Program Director. Jason Myers, Intensive In-Home Coordinator. Devin Tilley, Brunswick Outpatient Counselor. And Mary Woods, Intensive In-Home Team Lead. Please join me in congratulating this year's nominees for the Flo Stein Award. I would now like to share a few words on this year's recipient from some of their colleagues. This person is diligent, empathetic, and thoughtful. A few minutes with them and one can quickly gather how incredibly professional and intelligent they are. Fielding numerous questions and concerns on a daily basis, this person has the level of poise and efficiency that any organization wants in a leader. The staff person has been observed on many occasions de-escalating crisis situations with those who are in desperate need of support, helping to guide and assist clients and patients in making the decisions to seek and receive the help they need. From day one, this person has been wholly committed to providing the very best care for those we serve and to pouring their heart and soul into this organization, investing in its mission and its people. This individual's integrity, steady hand, clarity of thought, unwavering belief in recovery, and dedication to the professional development of Coastal Horizon staff provides a model for us all in how to truly make a difference. It is my sincere honor and pleasure to announce and congratulate this year's Flo Stein Award to Rachel Krause. Congratulations to you, Rachel, on this most deserving honor. It is now my pleasure to turn it over to Flo Stein, who would like to share a few words with you.
Hello, everyone. Happy holidays at Coastal Horizons, and thank you for including me in the annual meeting again. I love being in the annual meeting. Wish it was in person. And of course, I always want to recognize Margaret and the board and the management team and all of you. This is about all of you who work at Coastal Horizons. I hear about you all the time. I always brag when I hear about you. I like to hear about your accomplishments, the programs you're doing, your dedication, the way you take care of our consumers. So one of the most important things that can happen to someone is to be recognized by their colleagues, because that's the highest honor of all. So I'm especially honored to recognize all of you who were nominated this year, but especially to recognize this year's winner of the Flo Stein Award, Rachel Krause.
I'd like to especially thank Margaret for her dedication and leadership. I want to thank Flo Stein and Bo Dean for joining us today. I also want to thank all of you who've joined us for this meeting, particularly the board and the over 630 staff members of Coastal Horizons. My hat's off to all of you, and you have my continued gratitude. Happy holidays to all, and we are adjourned.